Evening, y'all. Chief Prepper here. Looks like Russia is doing some stuff, and wanted to talk real quick. Make sure you're still living. I'm getting ready to go do some of that now. I'm gonna be driving down the road. I'm headed to a car gathering, and then a second one later tonight. But some people haven't talked about it. Some people who have what I have probably know about it. But I topped off my generators today, and then I topped off the 5 fuel cans. I'm getting ready to rotate through gas that I have stored, and then I will take some gas I have on hand and backfill that, and then go fill up the gas cans. So one of the things that's been on my list of things to do for about 6 months now is to get tune-up kits for the generators. So I tried to go through a company that I use for small engine repair parts. It didn't work because they couldn't get me the parts for the Westinghouse dual fuel that I bought, and they couldn't get it for the really old generator that I have, and they couldn't give me parts for the Champion generator that I have. So tomorrow, assuming they have customer service working on Saturdays through a certain amount of time, I will try to call all 3 of those companies and get the kits that I need. And then, of course, like everyone else, keep your car full, and pay attention to obviously other sources of news. All right, and then don't forget to live a little. I mean, I don't know what else to say about that, because if we keep our heads, noses strictly to the grind, Roger, we need to be prepping. But I can tell you that, having been somewhere where life was not that good, certainly could have been worse, but when you go to an austere living environment, and when you don't have options to eat, we were never starving because there wasn't any food. Some of us were hungry because, like in my case, I don't like fish, and I almost refuse to eat it. All right, it doesn't taste good to me. I don't like it. I don't like nothing about it. I'm a decent person at catching them, but I don't like eating them. All right, so trust me, the FBI is out giving us warnings. I saw a news article headline just a little while ago, like last 15 minutes, ISIS-K is threatening football stadiums. Is it high school? Is it college? Is it pro? Or is it a football stadium holding a soccer event or something else? They just said football stadiums, what the headline said. So if that's the case, like other channels, I don't think it's a far stretch for the attacks to happen here. So, and realize when and if whatever happens with Israel and Iran, or I think Russia's getting ready to put a foot in Ukraine's ass, like hard. And then I also saw a news headline today that says Putin's going to obliterate 200 to 250 million people. And I guess Paris is one of those cities. All right? So a lot of people say don't listen to what Putin says, and all the motherfuckers who talk shit, but what happens if they do something like that? It's going to be damn ugly, and then you can bet your ass the entire world will sit up and pay attention. The other thing I would tell you is, if you're not paying attention, if you're not seeing these 2 things, there is food recalls left and fucking right now, 2 or 3 a week these days, which makes you wonder if the bad guys that are may be working in these plants might be sabotaging shit. All right, it's just a conjecture, it's just an opinion. It may or may not be true. All right, and then the second thing that's happening is, every week I'm getting news articles off of Newsbreak about companies declaring bankruptcy, closing stores unannounced. You know, not just closing stores, but closing stores. And like USAA is laying off people. Like 200 or 220 people, which is like 420 people, if that's the case. You know, I don't know how people can be so fucking stupid that are Democrats and fans of Biden and think he's doing such a great fucking job and everything costs more, and then all these places are going out of business. You know, I watched Canadian Prepper. There are some people who hate that guy, you know, Roger. But he had a guy on last night or the night before that was talking about World War III is going to happen because when they can't get what they want, they take us to war. All right? And he said, and this has been talked about before, pre-COVID, which is 2019, there were riots and stuff everywhere across the world. And COVID came out and shut that shit down. All right? We got bird flu that may be becoming a thing. We got other shit that may be becoming a thing. You know, where there used to be 4 or 5 monsters in the world, there's probably 100 now. So I encourage all of y'all to stay on top of your preps. You know, reprioritize shit if you have to. You know, if you got food and water and you got some shelter and you don't have security, then you might want to shift some of that shit to security. All right. I'm actually considering buying another bang stick. I don't know yet. So and then there's several that I'm looking at, but stay prepping, folks. Pay attention to what's going around. I'm probably going to take a break tonight from YouTube until I get home later, and then hopefully nothing terrible has happened. I'll take a peek at it here and there, but Friday nights is my night to kind of relax. My nose has been to the grindstone for the last week and a half with the fucking electrical outlets. My wife brought home the plugs tonight, so I'll terminate that second circuit tomorrow, plug it in and test it, and then it'll be done. So and then I can pull up that extension cord. But continue working on your stuff. Continue making progress. I will tell you, an ounce of progress right now is worth a pound of effort and progress. Post shit hits the fan. And the last thing I would tell you is 9/11 was a complete surprise for most of the world and most of America. I think the government thinks we're stupid and we don't pay attention to shit, and that we don't know that maybe that was an inside job. So I still think whatever's coming is going to be timed so that it can affect the elections. That's just my opinion. And affect them in a way that is not good for conservatives and Republicans. And if you haven't been listening to Travis, somebody snuck some sneaky shit into the Missouri state law, and they wanted to pass it anyway because everything else was more important. The Senate passed it. I don't know. I haven't looked at his 1 or 2 updates that he's done. So he did one update since, but I haven't looked at it. So just I don't know. There's some dirty shit going on, and I'm not sure. I'm beginning to think at this point, the guy that I threw shade at, that maybe the rich have got it right. Maybe it's time to unass America if you want to live a decent life. You know, it sounds really bad, and I didn't like it when that guy that I mostly respected, and I still respect, but it's just I didn't think he would jump to that conclusion right away, and it says something about America if we don't want to fight for it, I guess is what I'm saying. The problem is, if we're by ourselves and we're fighting, we're guaranteed to lose. We've got to have groups. You know, a group of 5 or 8 or 16 can do a lot of fucking damage versus one. All right, one really trained guy can do a lot of damage, but the solution then is easy. You just take that one guy out. Oh, by the way, jackasses in charge of the government or in the government caught a fucking known Afghanistani terrorist somewhere along the border. Released him here in San Antonio. You motherfucking retards. you're complicit at this point, as far as I'm concerned. God fucking help you when fucking the pendulum swings the other fucking way, you fucking assholes. Information is knowledge and power. Live a little, prep a lot, share a little when you can. Cheap prepper. Out.